What is going on, everyone? It's your guy, Cole Jackson, back here on Road Graders, brought to you today by BetUS, and we are going to be diving into the play of Andrew Vorhees, getting an extended look with Patrick McCary battling illness at left guard. We did see Blank Cleveland rotate in a little bit. I'm going to focus today on Andrew Vorhees. If you guys want to see some Cleveland, comment down below, let me know. I thought Vorhees outplayed him by a significant margin. And I honestly thought made a compelling case to potentially start. Obviously, a shakeup at this part of the season would be surprising. You'd have to go back to like 2012 when Bryant McKinney kind of came out of nowhere off the bench or off the couch, if however you want to call it, to end up starting at left tackle for the Ravens. But pretty much a different situation. You know, they kind of moved on from Voorhees after the first couple weeks when he got hurt. Ran with McCary, who had been playing well. But, you know, McCary's rebounded a little bit in the last couple weeks before his illness. But I think you'll see from this tape, if they had stuck with Andrew Voorhees, I think this is the upside you were going to get. I think you can obviously go back to the first couple weeks and there were some down plays. I get it. I don't disagree with it at all. But it's kind of like Roger Rosengarten. Had some struggles. Rookie player. Andrew Voorhees, basically a rookie. Didn't play his rookie season. He's a rookie red shirt, we'll call him. They need time, right? So we kind of saw the Rosengarten, how you can basically, reap some of those benefits of that development. And I just feel like we didn't give that to Voorhees. So it's really interesting. I'll be curious to see what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And obviously let me know if you want to see some Ben Cleveland before we jump into it. Lines up and ready to go for this weekend. The Ravens have opened as 10-point favorites over on BetUS. You can also get in on the other AFC action. Chargers favored by 3 and the Bills favored by 9.5. And as always, you can use promo code YouTube150 to get 150% sign-up bonus. You'll get 125% on your next 2 deposits. Go check out BetUS. Check out what they have going for you. Let's get into some Andrew Voorhees. So we're going to start with the run game here, and I'm going to show a positive and then 2 negatives. And then the 2 negatives were interesting to me because you can kind of see the issues he had in the first week, and they both came in the first quarter of this game, and then he rebounds significantly. So I thought that was really encouraging to see. It's almost like he's knocking off the rust. But this first clip here, it's going to be a 5-yard gain on zone to Derrick Henry, but you can really see the explosiveness out of his stance. And so that's what I like to see, is just that kind of upside. You see him getting into the second level and caving down. And that's kind of what I think, McCary does well, but he doesn't have the same type of drive block ability. I think Andrew Voorhees has that upside in his functional strength. And, that's what you're going to see as he comes off this combo block. So he's going to ace block with Linderbaum here on the one tech. So he's going to bang down, and you see that quickness. I complain about this with Falele all the time. He's going to be out of his stance. He's going to take that first step, and you can see his right hand right now placed over just to pass off that block to Linderbaum. And as he does, he locates right here the Will linebacker, and he's going to just bang down on him. And there's clear that out for Derrick Henry to run off of him. Now we get into, these were the second and fourth run play of this game. So again, this was very early, and you'll see some of the issues that we saw early in the year with Voorhees. So they were present in this game. He just rebounded well. And so right here, you're going to see him once again. He's going to put that left hand out, pass off that block, and then when he's getting into the second level, we want to see him take that hard step into the right side of the defender, and he just doesn't get his head across. See right there, his head's on the left side. We want that head on the right side, because that's where he's going to grab his leverage and then drive through that shoulder, and just doesn't do it here. His defender comes out, gets in on the action. That was really common at the start of the season. Little concerned to see that. Then we're going to see him try and overtake here. He ends up tripping on Linderbaum, but not able to drive. He wasn't as quick and low out of his stance there, but then just turning it on in the run game. Per Pro Football Focus, if you guys trust their grades, he was the highest graded run blocker for the Ravens. And a play like this, I threw this in because this was his highlight block. This is the block that I'm going to be looking at all offseason to make a case that he's going to be your starting left guard next year. This is advanced level stuff here. We're going to see him launch Derrick Henry's run. I broke this down in my Derrick Henry video, but right there on 99, that is the type of play that I think you can get from Andrew Voorhees. Like, this is the upside. So, and not necessarily an easy block. So you got a 3 tech here. in number 99 on the Cleveland Browns. So he's got to get across, and this is what I'm talking about. See that helmet across to that outside, grabbing that leverage point. This is outside zone. The aim point's going to be Isaiah Likely as the tight end. So aim point's over there. So he knows he has to cross the 3-tech's face, and that's exactly what he does. But right here, and this is the difference between Vorhees last week 1, week 2, week 3, and Vorhees now, is sometimes he'd get to this position you can see right now on the screen, and then he'd lose his leverage, and 99 would be able to work back outside. But you will see Vorhees take this right hand of his and drive it through right there. And that right there is the difference. Derrick Henry sets up that outside block. He basically takes a hard sprint outside of Ronnie Stanley, which forces 29 to grab the edge there, creates that seam, and Derrick Henry cuts right off Andrew Voorhees' ass. Obviously, Ronnie makes a good block too. Good vision by Derrick Henry, but that touchdown was sprung by Andrew Voorhees. Very exciting. You see the touchdown here. Again, just good, powerful down block. So he's got a 1-tech rate inside. They're covering both A gaps with defensive tackles. So he's going to have to come in hard off his right-hand side, and you see him absolutely plow. And he just pushes him and Ronnie both clear that out. That's the type of stuff that we need to see this week. Clearing that out. Daniel Falele makes a good block. Derrick Henry runs through contact, gets a touchdown. So that's the advanced functional strength, ability to drive block that I don't think you're getting with Patrick McCary. He just doesn't have that functional strength. I've said it when he's been a tackle, center, guard. It's always been consistent in his game. He does some other things extremely well, but that drive block ability just isn't there in Patrick McCary's bag. Keep rolling here. I'm going to work that double, and then once again get into that second level. Doesn't maintain the block quite as well as I'd like to see. So he's going to work that ace block. He's got a 2-eye in front of him, so he's got to work to his left a little bit quicker. Linderbaum has to overtake, and that's exactly what you're going to see. So he's getting into the second level a little bit later, but you can see the chemistry right there between 72 and 64. Really solid pass off here. Really good work by both of them. You're going to see Voorhees pass that off, get into the second level. It's just right here as he gets into that second level. We want to see that pad level a little bit lower. We want to see him drive up into the chest plate, not the shoulders. And you're going to, but you know what? You can see the strike right there. And that's really what makes this block. So right there, you see the strike. You see his hand come up in the air. He does just enough to create that seam for Derrick Henry. Not as clean, but getting to his mark and moving bodies. And that's really what we've been missing from our guard play, is those guys that can make those second level blocks. Keep rolling here. I believe this is no. I think there's a replay. Yeah, that was the first play I showed. Sorry. Had it in there twice. Now, here's going to be the holding call. So I've had quite the disagreement. You can't quite see it as well as the broadcast copy, ironically enough, because they zoomed in on it. So he is going to, let's look pre-snap. We have a 1-tech opposite Tyler Linderbaum. So you're going to get Andrew Voorhees, your left guard, taking that hard outside zone scoop step. So his right foot's going to drop, and it's going to come across, and he has to overtake because Linderbaum wants to get into the second level. Falele wants to get in the second level. So we need Voorhees to get this outside shoulder of that 2-tech on the opposite side. So obviously you're going to see him slant inwards, which helps Voorhees. Right here, he's going to slant inwards. But then you're going to see, and you can see his hand scoop. People are wondering, why does his hand scoop? Because that's just what a reach block looks like nowadays. You can reach like that. You see that hand land outside. He's not going to be able to land his hands inside because of the angle he has to go on, because he was on the far side. He has to get to the 2-tech on the right side of the line, not on the left side. So that's a big scoop step, huge reach block. Now, the reason I don't think this is holding, and I argued vehemently, is because you will see him throughout this rep stay step for step with this defender. So the defender tries to pull away right here. Voorhees' helmet never drags behind. If the defender disengages and then you're holding on to his jersey as he tries to disengage, that's where these holding calls come from. But you can clearly see as he tries to pull away, Voorhees' athleticism is able to stay with him. Right there. His helmet never leaves the center of his body. That's why it's not holding. BS call. Unfortunate to see. Hell of a display of athleticism. I don't think we were seeing those types of blocks early. Huge boost there. I think I just really wish we could have seen this all year with Andrew Voorhees, because I think, like Rosengart, I think it would have built up. And then when you're getting into the postseason, I think you would have had a starting caliber left guard ready to go. Maybe you look at McCary playing a little right guard rotating him with Daniel Falele, and seeing who's the best in that competition. Just find that very unfortunate because, again, guys need time to develop. Unfortunate. Now we're going to get another block here. Does enough outside. Keaton Mitchell, in my opinion, misses a hell of a cut back opportunity. So as it's going to come, you see Vorhees get out here. Linderbaum and Falele form a really nice cutback lane, and Roger Rosengarten does a really good job turning back inwards. So you're going to see right here, as they leave, Rosengarten turns back, and because of that, that creates that cutback lane. So because Voorhees caves in to the left, Linderbaum caves in, and you got Falele down there probably trying to strike someone. If that cutback comes, there would have been a nice little lane here for Mitchell to get up. So he misses that with his vision. Not a big deal, but I like that block from Andrew Voorhees. Just his ability to cave down and move bodies. It's really standing out in this game. Then another one here. This was one of my favorite blocks in this game. So he's going to bang down, and then he sees 43 approaching that 8 gap, and he collapses on him and finishes him to the ground. And that's that kind of nasty that the Ravens have been missing in their run game. So again, he's going to bang down with Ronnie Stanley. They got to take care of that 3 tech as he does. Bang down on 43, put him in the dirt. So that's really what I saw from Andrew Voorhees in the run game. Really high level stuff. Started slow, and then I think really took off. It's one of those things where I look at the PFF grades because they always intrigue me, and I see a lot of justification for it. I think a lot of other guys had some solid games too, but Voorhees in the run game looked quite solid. Going to the pass game, they charted him with 2 pressures. And let's take a look at his pass snaps. I thought his pass pro was a lot better. It's still not where it needs to be, but I think that he wasn't a liability, and that's kind of the key to me. So we'll look at some of these pass sets. So you're going to see him. He's uncovered, gets out there. And this was really what I was seeing, this athletic ability. So he's going to quick set out to his left. You see him pop right up, get out on that 4 tech, and right here, really solid extension. You can see he's got that curve back we always talk about. His hands are inside. Just a really solid rep. Looks a little bit more comfortable with locating and his flexibility. He's going to start with a 2 tech across from him here. He's going to overtake and pick that up on the inside. So that 2 tech is going to slant in, and they're going to run a little bit of a line game out to the outside of him. So you're going to have the 9 tech here outside of Ronnie Stanley's going to cut in. Voorhees picks him up. Ronnie comes in to take the outside man. They're going to bring 2 blitzers off that edge, but I think that's really well sorted by Ronnie and Andrew Voorhees. The priority here is to take the 2 inside guys. So Voorhees is going to let him slant. He's going to pick up that guy coming in. Ronnie's going to come in and take it. He has a decision between the outside edge player and the blitzer. His rule of thumb, inside man first. That's exactly what he does. So Voorhees and Stanley adjust. You see Henry come across. Really good running back pass protection. Lamar has time, gets that ball out to Likely. Really well sorted by the pass protection. Thought this was really solid. And again, just Voorhees' decision making. You can see right there, sticks him quite well. Really solid pass pro. Down in the red zone, like this right here, just finding some work. So he's going to end up with a double with Linderbaum. He's going to bang down on Ronnie Stanley's guy. Lamar throws that touchdown. So just finding work when he's doubling. Now we got a wide alignment. The Browns did a ton of this. So we got a 1 tech on the right side of the line between Linderbaum and Falele. And then we have a 4 tech right across from Stanley and a wide 9, which I believe is Miles Garrett's on the other side. So this is our other edge player. So we're going to probably have to get out in space here. And we do. Thought this was a really solid recovery. They're trying to basically run a delayed line game. So they're going to... It was weird because it wasn't quite a stunt because he doesn't really ever come down. He comes down on Linderbaum, but he doesn't come down to pick on Voorhees. He just drive blocks Linderbaum. So as the twist comes, I think Voorhees does a really good job trying to recover and push that out. The extra blitzer comes in, not quite Voorhees' man. That's something, again, that I think with a little bit more experience working some of those stunts with Linderbaum, that would have been able to take another big step forward. But good ID. He gets ready for it. He's able to get in position to be able to pick that block up. Again, we got that 4 tech across from Stanley, and we get out there on it. Really solid pass pro, good body. That's what I'm noticing is flexibility in his lower body looks a little bit more developed than it did early in the year. And this was one of those plays where, I'll probably do a specific video on the pass protection because you get a 3 tech here in between Falele and Rosengarten. You got it'd be a 5 tech, sorry, between Rosengarten and Likely, and then you got a 9 across from Likely. So you got 3 edge players from the 3 over. So they want to essentially get you in space, and they're trying to get Falele in space. And so Linderbaum's going to slide right. You're going to get a full line slide right, except for Stanley. And as Linderbaum picks that up, Vorhees single blocks that 3 tech and picks him up quite easy. This play really falls apart just because watch Daniel Falele try and get in space, barely gets a hand on anybody. Lamar just has to throw it away. Don't want to see that. Just a good example. You can see right again here, they got 54 out as a 4 tech. You got 33 threatening the edge. I think the Browns did a really good job of trying to get the Ravens out in space here in pass protection. On back to Vorhees, you got Vorhees with a linebacker over his head. So a lot going on here pre-snap. Vorhees gets out in space and picks this up really well. Lamar's going to scramble right or roll out right, so it doesn't really matter, but watch Vorhees pick this up. So he's going to see it right off the snap. 96 comes in. As he does, he picks him up. Ronnie's able to get off on Garrett. Thought this was just a really good diagnosis by Vorhees. Bateman catches that, goes for a run. So overall, a few of the things that really stood out to me: his flexibility in his lower body, a lot cleaner. His ability to absorb contact, a lot cleaner. And his diagnosis, I thought, was a lot cleaner. So those are 3 things that were really going for him in the pass pro game. I think took a big step forward from what we saw early in the year. This question is, did Andrew Vorhees make a case to start? If you're the Ravens, could you make that? It's a tough call. It's a tough call. That's why I want to see you guys discuss it. Drop a comment down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring.